After this older gentleman tried to commit fraud with a fake ID, the police soon discovered he had a total of 13 of them.
But I'm not sure who I'm talking to. Is it Thomas Sacken, Jared Fisher?
However, this pales in comparison to the criminal who caused complete chaos after giving the officers a fake last name.
Oh. Hey, he's trying to run. Hey. Don't do it, man.
There's also a girl who mistakenly displayed a fake ID, causing her to burst into tears. But let's first return to the unbelievable case of a man with 13 identities. In Martin County, Florida, the police received a tip about someone attempting to commit check fraud using a false identity. Upon arrival, they immediately encountered the suspect, and they were informed that there was a young black man with him who fled in a black Mercedes upon the police's arrival. The police immediately began a search for the Mercedes, while another team focused on the suspect inside the bank.
So what's going on today?
Nothing. Just getting some personal checks.
Okay, so we've got a report that you're fraudulently cashing checks.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, did you cash checks anywhere else today?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. Well, let's put this down for a second. Okay, turn around for me. Hands behind your back. You're not under arrest at the moment, but you are being detained. Okay?
Why?
Because we're conducting an investigation.
Okay.
So, you are currently being detained under suspicion of cashing fraudulent checks, okay, based on information we received from the bank. I want to ask you a quick question. Because you're in cuffs, I'm going to read you your constitutional rights, your Miranda warning, okay?
I know them.
Okay. You know them? Okay, well, I'm going to read them to you again anyway. You have the right to remain silent. With those rights in mind, do you want to talk to me?
Not particularly, but I don't understand what it's about.
Well, not particularly, or you want to?
No, I don't really want to.
Okay. All right.
Let's return for a moment to when the suspect heard the reason he was detained. If you look closely, you'll see he took the accusation very calmly, almost as if he was prepared for this situation. His facial expression, the fact that he immediately reconciled with the charge, and his familiarity with the Miranda warning suggests that this probably isn't his first time and that he's well versed in such scams. Check fraud involving fake IDs is a common form of financial deception. The use of counterfeit or altered identification card, such as driver's licenses, passports, and other official documents, allows criminals to impersonate legitimate account holders or create entirely fictitious identities to facilitate fraudulent transactions.
So that African American male was with him?
Yeah.
The one that walked out the door in front of me? Okay. Okay. So what evidence do we have?
You have the IDs right there.
The ID she's about to hand me, is that your ID? Is that you sure? Because you realize that providing a false name is another charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do I get my IDs back?
What's that?
Do I get my IDs back?
They have your ID. Is your name going to match the name? Is your actual name going to match the name on the ID?
No.
Okay. So, what is your actual name?
Bernie.
And do you have a Florida ID, New York ID, what?
Florida.
You do have a Florida DL or ID?
No, I do.
So are these fake? Okay.
The police officer is now verifying the authenticity of the name just given to him, but Bernie then reveals something else before the check comes through.
So before they run that name, that's your name?
That's my name?
Because based on all this, if that name doesn't come back, I'm charging you with providing a false name.
Okay. I can show the ID, it's my wall.
So when I said to you, do you have an ID?
I had to lie. They had two
Okay,
IDs. I didn't
I'm
have
not
to
trying
lie.
to shame you.
Okay,
And we're on camera, right?
I understand.
Okay.
It seems that Mr. Bernie had second thoughts as he obviously realized that further lying would only get him deeper into trouble, and he already had enough problems on his plate. But let's now return to that unknown person who left the room when the police arrived. While this officer was questioning Bernie, the other team had their hands full, They located the black Mercedes with 3 young men inside, one of whom matched the description given by the bank clerk who greeted the police at the door at the very beginning. All of the individuals from the Mercedes were arrested after a chase, and more IDs with Bernie's picture were found with them. It's now clear that this is an organized group, not just an impulsive act of an old man, but let's see what else Bernie will reveal.
But I'm not sure who I'm talking to. Is it Thomas Sacken, Jared Fisher?
They made all that.
They made all of that. So, okay, listen. You understand your Miranda rights?
I do.
Are you talking or not
I'm
talking?
talking, dude. I don't want to take a blame for them. They made all the IDs.
Born in actual age, how old are you? 58? Born in 65. Listen, one more time, Bernie.
Yes.
You're 58.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna get fingerprinted at the jail, right?
Right.
Okay.
I don't understand.
You don't, dude. I'm
What do
not
you
trying to
think
be
I'm- no, what do
disrespectful
you
to you
think-
at
what do you
all,
think
but
I'm
you don't
being?
look 58. And listen,
1965.
let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. I'm not trying to be insulting to you,
Do the math.
Bernie. Listen to me.
1965.
Stop talking and listen to me. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you. Have you looked in the mirror lately?
I look good.
You don't look 58.
You do look good. I mean,
You do look good,
My
but
old
you
man
don't.
looked young
But
when
you
he
don't
died.
look 58. Okay, now listen. If you insist that you're 58, fine, I'll believe you. I'm just telling you that I don't think you look 58. And by the way,
appreciate
I'm sitting in front of you holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fake IDs. So forgive me if I don't believe everything you say.
The minute I said yes, I want to talk to you, I haven't said a
you
lot.
run that.
Okay.
What kind of charges?
Anything to do with fraud. Typically a felony.
Okay.
Yep. Multiple IDs. I can't quote you the number of IDs that are written in the Florida statute, but there are Florida statutes specifically for multiple IDs.
Okay.
So the fact that you have more than one fake ID, that's going to be an additional charge.
But the ones that were...
Technically, he wasn't possessing his other false IDs. They were thrown out of the car. But they all have his picture on them. So.
Lima Bravo 33 Charlie.
You got a sugar habit, buddy.
Yeah.
560.
What is that? What is that?
That's not me, bro.
So that's not your shirt pocket that just came
It
out
is,
of.
that is not mine
Jeez.
I have nothing-
Step back.
at all to do with that.
So is
I look
okay. So
at-
just for the record, right now, I want to make a record of this for myself. That's not your shirt.
It is my shirt, but I borrowed this shirt from one of those guys.
So it's not your shirt.
Okay, it's not my shirt. I borrowed this.
All right. I just want to make sure that when that goes on social media, I heard it first.
After numerous lies and fake IDs, Bernie confessed everything, defending himself by saying he was forced into committing the fraud. Along with the other members of the gang, he was charged with fraudulent use of ID and a scheme to defraud.
Man, can you roll down these windows too, please? All right, thank you. I'm Officer Miller. Reason for the traffic stop is the speed. Any reason for the speed?
I'm trying to get home. My little sister's at home by herself. She's got off
Okay. Do you have a driver's license on you? Thank you. Any weapons at all in the car? Or no? Okay.
During a regular traffic patrol, Officer Miller noticed a vehicle traveling at a speed above the limit. After pulling the car over, he detected a strong smell of marijuana before even approaching the vehicle. While waiting for backup, he returned to his cruiser to run a check on the driver. When other officers arrived, he asked one of his colleagues to check on the passenger. They couldn't have anticipated that the passenger was about to give them quite a show.
I didn't want to approach it. So I'll get the driver out first.
Driver out first?
Yep. If you want to just watch that passenger side.
How's it going? You guys got IDs on you? You have an ID on you, partner? You don't? What's your name?
Hey man, I think it just
I understand you're not driving.
Can I get you to step out real quick?
Yeah.
I'll explain everything to you, okay?
Hi, bro. Really? Hi.
Hey. Just listen to me. I understand that you're not the driver. I get it. Everything's fine.
I'm not even 18, bro. So
Just-
I'm scared
just-
as hell, bro.
What's your first name?
I don't have to give you my
You do, because this car smells like marijuana. So just listen to me quick. Just listen to me. All right? I understand you're scared. Everything's fine. Just cooperate. I just need your name right now. All right? What's your last name? What's that? Nicholson? Can you spell it out for me, please? You gotta speak up, man.
M-I-C-K.
S-O-N? Mickelson?
Yeah.
All right. You said Mickelson, now you're saying
It's a
Mickelson.
Mickelson.
Spell it out for me.
M-I-C-K-E-L-S-O-N.
All right. Last time you didn't say L. I already know you're lying. I already know you're lying.
No, I said
What are we gonna do?
Oh.
Hey, he's trying to run. Hey.
Don't do it, man.
He's taking off. He's taking off. Passenger just hopped in the driver's seat. He's taking off.
Don't do it, man.
Don't do it.
You're gonna get tased.
Male Hispanic driver with long curly hair. Instagram marquee.
It seems that the young Mr. Mickelson really doesn't want the police to know his true identity. And trust me, you'll understand why he just made this foolish move later on. In Wisconsin, recreational marijuana is illegal. The noticeable scent of marijuana can provide the officer with probable cause to search the vehicle for drugs. Depending on the amount found, charges could range from a simple possession misdemeanor to intent to distribute. While passengers generally aren't required to identify themselves during a traffic stop, there are exceptions, especially if the officer suspects them of a crime or if they're committing a separate violation. Giving a fake name or lying about one's identity to a law enforcement officer can be considered obstruction of justice or another similar charge in many jurisdictions. Mickelson continued to flee in the car and even hit another vehicle on the road at one point. He later continued to run on foot, but the police quickly surrounded him and he had nowhere else to run. The pursuing officer drew his weapon and ordered Mickelson to lie on the ground. Let's see what he had to say then.
All right, man. Why did you do that shit?
And look what you did. You got yourself in more trouble. All over a little bit of weed.
Upon inspecting Jason's bag, the officer found marijuana and ammunition for a handgun.
Listen, around my neck.
23 dispatch. We are on the north side of 1405 16th Street. Or I'm sorry,
Keys around
Emerson.
my neck. They took
North
my
side of
girlfriend's house.
1405 Emerson.
She lived right around the corner. You hear me?
What's...
We could also use another squad to check this area he ran because he probably threw something. He was in the front passenger seat. I got the driver out, detained him. This dude hops in the driver's seat and takes off. In the process, hits another car when he's coming
There was a female that was in the
south
back.
here.
Rear passenger seat.
And then he ditched the car,
Copy, it was a female
got out,
back
ran up
passenger.
here. This is where he's. It's right up there.
Do you have an ID anywhere?
7, what's the address you're out with?
Jesse what?
Jason.
Jason? Jason what?
Massey.
Jason Massey? Alright, so this Mickelson part you're giving me this BS bullshit.
No,
What's your last name?
Massey.
Spell it out for me.
I think that. Who,
Copy. You just want to have rescue come to Westridge.
What's your first name?
Access for them.
Jason? Jason?
No.
Massey has a felony 99 for armed robbery out of Racine County Sheriff.
Things are now becoming clearer. We now understand why Jason provided a false identity. He was wanted for armed robbery, had marijuana and ammunition on him, and the police then proceeded to search the area he had run through, hoping to find more evidence. And indeed, they found something significant. While running, Jason had discarded a weapon into a nearby bush, hoping the police wouldn't find it. In the end, Jason was charged with multiple offenses: second-degree recklessly endangering safety, bail jumping ×6, eluding an officer, misdemeanor hit and run, possession of THC, resisting and carrying a concealed weapon. He was sentenced to 3.5 years, plus an additional 4 years for the previous armed robbery. Now here's a case that didn't end the way you might expect. An officer pulled over a car due to an obstruction on the vehicle's tag. While checking the driver's information, she inadvertently revealed that she had multiple driver's licenses in her wallet. The officer then asked for the fake ID, and that's when the discussion began.
Stopping you for something we call obstructed tag. The border around your license plate is covering the word New Jersey. It's not legal to have in the state of Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of things in your wallet that look like driver license. Can I see the rest of them? That one right there looks like maybe Connecticut or something. Oh, I was right. Cool. So this looks pretty fake to me. Same name. Date of birth 4/30/04, but this says 2001. So when I run this is going to come back no record found, right?
Yeah.
Right. Did you know that possession of a counterfeit driver license is a felony?
No.
Yeah, it's a felony. Like, you could be arrested right now, handcuffed, and taken to jail.
Okay.
Poor choice.
I'm sorry.
Real bad. Really very stupid.
In Florida, possession of a fake driver's license is indeed a serious offense. It is unlawful for any person to have in his or her possession or to display any blank, forged, stolen, fictitious, counterfeit, or unlawfully issued driver's license or identification card, or any instrument in the similitude of a driver's license or identification card, unless possession by such person has been duly authorized by the department. To lend his or her driver's license or identification card to any other person, or knowingly permit the use thereof by another. To display or represent as one's own any driver's license or identification card not issued to him or her. Violators are guilty of a third-degree felony, which in Florida can carry penalties of up to 5 years in prison, 5 years of probation, and a $5,000 fine.
Where'd you get it?
Online?
Like a website? Fake driver's licenses or something?
I think this is the right registration.
It is.
Okay.
Yep, I'll take it. So, cool thing is I was probably only going to give you a warning about the tag, but now we can talk about this whole felony thing. We've never seen any of our things, fake to felony. We have signs up around campus, don't have fake IDs, it's a felony. So, are you a student?
Yeah.
Cool. So, you're going to get a student affair referral because you have committed a felony. Okay, but I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm not planning on taking you to jail. Okay? This gets to go away. I'm still going to run it. It's all being recorded on my body camera. But when you open your wallet, we look for these things, right? We use it for drinking or what?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I appreciate you being honest. That goes a long way, right? Had you fed me some lines or lies or whatever, I probably would have made things a lot more difficult. I don't like being lied to, but okay. Hi, miss. I appreciate your patience. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. I see you crying. Okay. If this is your first time getting in trouble for something like this, probably not going to be a big deal, okay? This is a college. Believe me, this isn't the first one I've seen. Notice how immediately after you pass it in your wallet, I already saw it. Been doing this a long time, okay? We know what we're looking for. We see this stuff all the time. I am obviously seizing the license. That's evidence. I'm not charging you criminally, okay? But understand that I could have, and everything I needed, body cam, recorded. That being said, anytime any of our students are involved in criminal activity, even if I wanted to cut you the biggest break in the world and say, you know what, I'm not going to do it, I would get in trouble for that. You have to talk to student affairs, okay? They're going to contact you via your information on file. I don't know if it's, in person or, virtual, whatever. But you're going to have to go before, the student board and explain the goings on, and they can choose to sanction you in a number of ways. Because you committed a felony, they could technically throw you out of the college. I've not heard of that happening, but I will tell you, all of the results of student affairs are kept secret from us. So whatever happens, I will never know. I'm seizing it. You'll hear from student affairs. Whatever they decide to do, it's on them. You might have to take a class. You might have to write a letter. I have no earthly idea because, again, I never see or hear from any of those folks again. I would definitely not repeat what happened today, okay? Right? But you don't want to get caught with that stuff. The other cop, if they decided they wanted to make a felony collar, easiest one in the book.
This is proof that sometimes it's best to just admit everything because police officers are not naive and they know what they are doing. If you have a fake identity, sooner or later, you'll run into trouble because of it. Subscribe for more.